The Honda Accord is such a cool car to show my customers because you get reliability, dependability, great gas mileage, great horsepower, torque, and pickup, and a cool look in a vehicle. Hi, I'm Justin Thompson at Smell Honda, here to take you on a ride along on the 2020 Honda Accord EXL 2.0 Turbo. Let's check it out. So on the 2020 Honda Accord, you have the front fascia here. You can see you have the Honda sensing radar in the front. That's for your adaptive cruise control and your forward collision warning. You have the nice LED headlamps. You do have the LED fog lamps as well. With the 17-inch aluminum alloy wheels. With the EXL and the 2.0, you do have the chrome trim that comes out. That's for the EXL model, so you're gonna have it on the 2.0. You have the 2.0 turbo badging in the back with the graded chrome exhaust finishers. So that's the upgrade from the EXL to the 2.0 turbo. And there is a step above the 2.0 turbo, that's the Touring 2.0, which would add the rain sensing wipers, memory link side mirrors with the reverse gear tilt down, the LED low and high beam headlights with auto on off, and the 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels. There are some other features that are upgrades, some internal features and whatnot, but those are the main features that are going to be different with the top model, the 2.0 Touring model. So you do have a standard remote start system with the Accord, pretty much all the models with the exception of the LX model. So all you do is hit the lock button one time and the circle button down for about 3 or 4 seconds till you see the lights blink. Then you can just release the button. And it will start up. It'll blink 6 more times to ensure that it remote started. So when you're inside of the house or at a restaurant, you can see that it did. It'll run for 10 minutes and then shut off. Within that 10-minute run time, if you do hit the lock button again and hold that same button down until the lights blink, that will set it to 20 minutes. If you ever want to turn it off, you just hold that same button down, that remote start button, that will shut it off. Now with the SmartPass keyless entry, as long as I have the key fob on me, I can just walk right up to the car, so I don't have to hit unlock on the key fob. Put my hand through the handle, will unlock the door. Get in, of course, depress the brake pedal on the floor, hit the start button, start the car up, and when you're finished with your commute or your travels, you just hit the ridges at the very top of that and walk away from the vehicle. The EX model and above, you're gonna have the automatic walk away function. So that's with the SmartPass keyless entry system. As long as you have the key fob on you and you walk away from the vehicle, it'll lock the vehicle up automatically. So if you're a mom and dad trying to fumble around the kids and the groceries, this is a great feature to have in the Accord. A really cool feature with the Honda Accord as well. Pretty much any Honda that has the SmartPass keyless entry system is going to do this. Let's say you had the window down or you just wanted to crack the windows a little bit instead of remote start your vehicle. Well, what you can do is hit the unlock button one time and then hold it down a second time, and it would actually drop down the windows and actually open up the sunroof. I don't want to do that right now, obviously. I don't want any rain or water to get into the vehicle, but I did want to show you, you ever walk away from your vehicle and have your window down? Well, this is a great way to put it back up and not have to get into your vehicle. Normally, you would have to open up the car, hit access twice, and manually put the window up. But as long as you can fish out your key fob, you can just manually take out the key, put it into the lock here, one time to the left and then another time to the left and hold it, and it puts up the window. Again, if you had the sunroof and the other windows down, it'll put all those up as well. Well, let's take it out on the road. All right, the inside of the 2020 Honda Accord, the EXL 2.0 Turbo. So you're gonna have the 10-speed automatic transmission, and you have the push button system up here. So you have park, reverse, which is pushed backwards, neutral, and then drive. You do have the Econ mode and the Sport mode. So the Sport mode is going to add more torque and pickup, give that more peppy feel whenever you're out on the road. With the paddle shifters, when you're in drive, you can shift up and down in gear. If you let go of them, they'll just put you back into drive. You can do that in the Sport mode as well. And you have position 1 and 2 for the memory link system for your seats. So you can adjust the seat for driver 1 and 2. It is specific to the key fob, so you do have a driver 1 and driver 2 key fob. So anytime you use the SmartPass, it'll adjust the seats how you had it set. You have the automatic lights, you can keep it on auto all the time. You also have the fog lamps as well. Automatic high beams at night too, and they'll automatically turn off. So between the steering wheel, I can hit the home button and display whatever I want up here. Tachometer, range and fuel, how many miles I have till empty. Speed, how long I've been driving the vehicle, my average speed. Audio, when you click this, you can actually change the music media up here. So if I want to scroll through and change it to FM, to Sirius XM satellite, or if I have any devices hooked up. So my cell phone have an Apple CarPlay integrated with Android Auto as well. You'll be able to play your music on your phone. Also, the phone setup, traffic sign. Whenever you pass a traffic sign, the camera that uses for the lane keep assist system and the road departure mitigation, which are also part of Honda Sensing. I call it the eye in the sky for the Accord. It's constantly looking out in front of the vehicle. It'll actually point out the traffic signs, the speed limit signs, and put it right up here on the dash for you. So you'll always know what the speed limit is. Driver attention level, you can actually, in the first 20 minutes of driving the vehicle, it'll learn your throttle patterns and hand positions. If those change over time, that's an indication that you're getting tired, and it will indicate that you may need to take a break or change drivers. Maintenance, it will tell you when you get the oil changed. And of course, safety support, you do have the road departure mitigation, blind spot info system, and your collision mitigation braking system. On the touchscreen, you have your phone connection. Settings, you can completely customize the Accord to operate the way that you want, with unlocking, locking the vehicle, and even having that automatic walk-away function with the SmartPass keyless entry system. Again, as long as you have the key fob on you, you walk away from the vehicle, it'll lock up automatically. You have the Sirius XM satellite radio. Also, you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, of course. So on Apple CarPlay, I can use the voice command button right here. The long hold on the voice command button will bring up Siri on my phone to contact anybody in my contacts list or text message anybody hands-free. And you can say punctuation and whatever you want. So what's really cool about Apple CarPlay is you can use your maps as your navigation system. And this offers a navigation system for the lower trim levels of the Accord as well. The voice activation for the Apple CarPlay or even Android Auto, you're going to do a long hold on the voice command button. That's the face up here with the voice waves. You just hold it in for a few seconds. Directions to Red Lobster.
One possibility I see is Red Lobster on US 30 East. Let me know if you want to hear the whole list.
And I can pick which Red Lobster I want to go to. Hit the go button, and then turn by turn directions.
Proceed to US 30 West, then turn right.
For the Apple users, what's neat about the maps, the Apple Maps, is let's say you wanted to share your estimated time of arrival with whoever you're meeting for dinner, lunch, wherever you're going. You can actually do that through here. So you can share ETA. You can end your route. Depending on what applications that you have on your phone, the supported applications will show up here on the touchscreen. So for instance, I have Waze as a navigation app. So I use that one on my trips. I found that you can voice command Siri to open Waze as a navigation app, so it should open it up. Directions to Red Lobster using Waze app.
One option is Red Lobster on US 30 East. Getting directions to Red Lobster using Waze.
You do have dual zone climate control, and with the EXL model, actually in the EX and above model, you have the heated seats for the front and passenger, driver and passenger. So when I have it in drive, I have the emergency brake on, and if I forget to take the brake off and I hit the accelerator anyways, it releases the brake automatically for you. And that's so you don't drive away with your emergency brake on. There's a brake hold button here, and what that does is exactly what it sounds. It holds the brake for you. So if you're ever at a traffic light or on a hill and you want to make sure you don't drift in the car behind you, when you come to a complete stop using the brake on the floor, it'll lock the brake up. All right, 252 horsepower with 275 foot-pound of torque. That is a fun pickup. I get excited for this car. I love it. All right, normally I'd stay on the highway, but I want to get on the back roads with this car. This is fun to drive on the windy roads. So again, you have the 10-speed automatic transmission. I have the 1.5 in my car. I love it. I do love this. I have a passion for the 2.0. It wasn't available in the EXL model in the 18, so that's why I didn't get it. The best part about this vehicle is you're going to get all that torque and pickup. You're going to get the horsepower. The torque and pickup's the important thing. So you have 275 foot-pound of torque at, I believe it's like, gosh, like 1600 RPM or maybe even lower than that. So you're getting that torque very early that most of the other vehicles out there don't offer. So you're getting that turbo even kicking in at 2400 RPM. So just really good fuel efficiency, a very fun ride, a combined of 27 miles per gallon. So this replaced the V6 engine in the previous generation Accords. All right, so driving the roads back here, the nice windy roads that we have in Pennsylvania. I can feel the Accord respond in the right way. It's such a fun drive. It's very smooth. I really don't have to put much effort into turning the wheel. I mean, it's just so responsive. Now, when I get above 45 miles an hour, that's whenever the road departure mitigation and my lane keep assist system, if I have them activated, will engage. Now, road departure mitigation is constantly going to be watching if I'm going to depart the road. So it's going to sense if there's drifting and keep me centered in the lane. And lane keep assist is actually going to map out the lines in the road, and if I start to drift, it'll assist my steering and just pull me back into the lane. Real subtle movements in the steering to help your driving, not to substitute it, of course, you know, just to assist it. If we don't have heavy snow, these vehicles are operating very, very well in the snow. I never have trouble in my Accord. The front-wheel drive vehicles, I've driven front-wheel drive all my life. So as long as you know how to drive in the snow, they're very, very safe and very reliable, and they're going to get you everywhere you need to go. If you're in really heavy snow, you shouldn't be out on the road anyways. So that's what I always say. I'm actually going to put it in the sport mode here. Wow. I'm not just saying that. That is some pickup. Holy cow. The sport mode is way different than the regular mode in the 2.0. You'll love it. So for
Watch out, crash reported ahead.
Thank you, Waze. And that's the Waze system telling me. It's just alerts only, so there's a crash. Well, that's a good demonstration of Apple CarPlay. So if anybody likes the system, that'll alert you. I have my Waze system on right now. So blind spot monitoring, I have it on the left-hand side. This car is gonna show up, and there's the indicator. My turn signal, if you heard that beep. So if somebody's in my blind spot, it's gonna blink orange for me. But if I have my turn signal on and tried to make that move anyways, it'll beep inside of the cabin. So there's a lot of safety features with the Accord as well. There it is again. So right now I have my lane keep assist system on. If I start to drift here, it'll actually indicate lane departure, and it will move me back in the lane. I only let go of the wheel to demonstrate that for you. Normally, you know, you wouldn't do that, of course. But again, it's constantly adjusting. Once I move into the lane, if I use my turn signal, it cuts out the lane keep assist to allow me to move into the next lane here. And then once I stay centered in that lane and above 45 miles an hour, the dotted lines will turn solid white, so it will assist me if I start to drift. So the forward collision brake mitigation system. What it's going to do is use that radar, that same radar for the adaptive cruise control, and it's going to calculate distance and speed. And if it senses that there's going to be an impact and you don't apply the brakes in time, it'll do it automatically. At slower speeds, that may stop you altogether completely. And at higher speeds, it will definitely put on the brakes and slow you down to lessen the severity. So the warranty on the Hondas, you're going to have the 3-year, 36,000 mile comprehensive warranty. And that's all the internal features, all the bells and whistles, all the motors for everything, like the seats, the motor for the sunroof, all the electronics. And you have a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, which is your engine, drivetrain, transmission, all the major driving components of the vehicle. So I got brake hold on right now. We're at the stoplight. Perfect example of how to use it. I could rest my foot. We got the green, hit the accelerator. So whenever I come to a complete stop again, whether it's right away or hours later, it'll always lock up. So I don't have to keep hitting the button every time I want to use it. You can set it in the beginning of the day, as long as your seatbelt is buckled, and use it all day long. So with the adaptive cruise control, I have my sensitivity level button right here on the steering wheel. And I can change how sensitive the radar is in the front of the vehicle. So I'm going to make it the most sensitive. We're under 25 miles an hour. It'll default to 25. So that's for the slow speed follow mode for our adaptive cruise control. So for traffic situations just like this. And I can bridge the gap between me and the car in front of me by hitting the sensitivity level button. Again, adjusting the radar. And I can steer my way through heavy traffic. Again, not having to hit the brake or the accelerator, just letting the radar do the work for you. Now, if we stay stopped long enough here for a few moments, it'll say stop. There we go. And then when traffic gets going, all I have to do is tap the accelerator or hit the plus button, and it will just put me up to the speed that I have previously set. So when I want to put it in reverse, all I do is hit the reverse button, push that back. Whoops. You have to depress the brake pedal on the floor, of course. You're going to push back on reverse, and it's going to bring up the backup camera. You have the wide angle view so you can see traffic coming from either side. The blind spot information system also gives you cross monitor detection. So if any vehicles are traveling behind the Accord, it's going to beep and indicate what side they're coming from. The dynamic guidelines change color to give you your projected angle into a parking spot. And then I can set the second camera angle at a more concentrated view, kind of guide up the grid with the lines on the ground. And then the last one is a straight down view. You can back right up against the curb without hitting it. Sunroof, one touch all the way back. And then one touch all the way forward. You do have the tilt function. You just press a button in the middle, it'll tilt it up, and then to ensure that it's closed fully, just push it forward again. You do have your sunglass holder. You do have the HomeLink system with the automatic dimming mirror. So the HomeLink system you can link up with your garage door openers. And that's the ride along on the new 2020 Honda Accord EXL 2.0 Turbo. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed all the features. If you have any questions, please visit us here on Route 30 here in Greensburg, PA, and ask for me personally, Justin Thompson, or visit us online at smellhonda.com. Thanks so much for watching.